Storm chances aren't completely over yet, but they are starting to wind down over the next few days. What's not winding down? We got summer, and we got some high temperatures that are going to break records, and it's going to stay hot for quite a while. Get ready to start counting those triple-digit days because Mama Nature's bringing the heat. Let's talk about in today's edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Good morning. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy and Chief David Reimer. It is Wednesday, the 14th of June, 2023. The storms we were so worried about materializing last night and bringing ruckus and chaos to North Texas and Texoma this morning did not even appear, which makes us look about as reliable as a 35-year-old vehicle driving in the Texas sun, but unfortunately, that is just the way it's going to have to be. And I'm not saying we've done a great job with the other storms this week either, but it definitely has been a very long and particularly difficult week in the weather forecasting department. But I think we can all agree, at least, we didn't have baseballs in the Metroplex again this morning at 6 a.m. That being said, we're going to try to move forward and continue on with the forecast. There is still the potential for a few severe storms over the next several hours this morning across portions of Texoma, the Ark-La-Tex, and in northeast Texas. If they actually do get going, they'd probably be near Highway 82 and would generally move off to the east-southeast at about 30 miles an hour. They could have some hail with them, but that's assuming they develop at all. We'll see if the daytime heating, the sun rising, helps with that at all. Otherwise, we can't totally rule out a couple of storms this afternoon across portions of North Texas, Northeast Texas, and East Texas. If they develop, big hail, localized damaging winds are going to be the main threat, with a much higher chance for storms as you head east into portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, where a very anomalous late-season severe weather outbreak is forecast today. That's unheard of for mid-June standards across the southeastern United States. They could be dealing with tornadoes, hurricane force winds, and big hail. It's a very anomalous pattern we've been dealing with. In fact, the Weather Service in Fort Worth put something out last night that compared it to climatology. Yeah, we're unstable in the summer months, but we typically don't have a jet stream or any wind shear aloft. Last evening, we had one of the highest amounts of wind shear, about 18,000 feet above the ground. The jet stream, the winds, they were as strong as they've almost ever been in mid-June across the Metroplex, which is why we've had such obnoxious severe storms with the whole softball, grapefruit, gorilla-size hail issue. But those rain chances are going to start diminishing over the next few days. We might have to deal with a few more storms tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and we'll just take it day by day. Obviously, at this point, anytime we get storms, they're probably going to have some hail and wind potential. In terms of the rest of the forecast, as temperatures start climbing over the next several days, we're going to start seeing an uptick in the potential for increased initial attack activity in the wildfire department across Texas. Obviously, some of us have had quite a bit of rain over the last month, but with our heat wave starting to ramp up considerably and remaining in place through at least next week, we're going to start drying out some of those surface grasses, and obviously when it's 105 to 110 in the afternoon, it's not overly difficult to create some increased flammability issues. So with all that being said, we're just going to have to keep an eye out, but local fire departments may start getting a bit busier with the wildland fires. Main story of the next 7 days, besides the occasional storm chances, it's going to be hot. We're going to see record high temperatures across several locations across the state as we get into the weekend and through much of next week. And the heat wave is going to be here for quite a while. High temperatures are going to be ranging from the upper 90s well up into the 100s. Over the next 7 days, we're going to see high temperatures even exceed 110 degrees in some locations. Heat index values could exceed 115 to 119 degrees, especially near the coast and across portions of deep South Texas, the Rio Grande Plains, into the Rio Grande Valley, the coastal bend. It's going to be dangerously hot out there. unfortunately. But as for example, here's the high temperature forecast for Monday. These are not heat index. These are actual temperatures. You can see pretty much all of Texas is going to be in the triple digits, with the exception of maybe the northern Texas Panhandle, the borderland, the Ark-La-Tex. But even then, the heat index values, with all the humidity, the recent rains, they'll be probably 5 to 10 degrees above the actual ambient air temperature at least. So, yeah, not great. Not great at all. But unfortunately, it is summer, and we're just going to have to deal with it. So we'll be keeping an eye on storms out there if we actually have any pop up this morning. Otherwise, you can keep an eye in the sky with our free interactive weather radar on our website, texasstormchasers.com/radar, and by downloading the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app, which will also give you a good forecast down to your neighborhood for the temperature and any rain chances, if there were any, over the next week in your neck of the woods. Y'all have a great Wednesday. We'll have the next Texas Weather Roundup out by 7 a.m. tomorrow. That's Thursday. Have a good one, and God bless.